the journeys that we go through. So about a week ago, I shared my journey with you. Okay. You packing and cleaning? Okay, okay, I see you. So about a week ago, I shared my journey with you, and kind of where I'm at right now as I'm still in my journey. And so tonight, I wanted to just feature two other people who could tell their stories, people who I think, have something to share. Not that everybody does, but I definitely wanted these two people to speak because I've heard part of their stories and I think they have definitely a word, a message in the chapel for us. Okay. He said, "Oh, I'm glad I came in here today. Come on, baby, get in the room, have a seat, get you a cocktail, because we're gonna have a good little story time today." Okay. So I'm not gonna be on here long because y'all know I'll be back at 9 o'clock. But I wanted to bring on two people that I really, really believe have a short story to tell, and they're going to give us a shortened version of their story and tell you about their journey with paparazzi, what the company has done, and kind of what paparazzi means to them, because a lot of times we think of just the $5 tag, right? But it's so much more than that, y'all. And I want to convey that to the people, because when you're buying these pieces, when you're supporting people, when you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to know what you're getting into and how it means not just to you, the receiver, but to us, the giver, and of these items and the supplier of these items. Okay. So I have two guests coming to you tonight. The first one is going to be none other than one of my accountability partners. Oh, Lord, I'm getting tongue-tied. See, the greatness is already coming in the room. One of my accountability partners, Dr. Anita Allen Penn. And then I'm going to also be bringing on my personal sponsor, who got me into this thing we call paparazzi, Miss Shay Brewer, okay? Or we call her Mama Shay. All right, so I'm going to first start off with Dr. Anita Allen Penn, and I'm going to bring her up, let her introduce herself, and then we're going to get right into the heart of it, okay? Now, y'all know Kiki is very irritating. She likes to get loud when I get on things, so if you hear a cat, it's mine, all right? Here we go. Y'all welcome, give a good welcome to Dr. Anita Allen Penn. Hey, girl. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Anita?
Hey, just so happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Hold on. I think we have enough.
Hold
on, Dr. Anita. I think we don't hear you. Make sure you're not muted. I don't think you are.
I'm not muted.
I don't hear y'all. I don't hear it. I just heard you. I don't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not muted.
It looks like it's lagging a little bit. You can hear her? Oh, maybe it's me.
On my end, it says everyone can see and hear me.
It was me. I had my volume down.
Oh. All right. I told you I wasn't touch anything. All right. But thank you so much for the invitation. I think it's very important for us to remember where we come from and why we are here. So I do appreciate you inviting me into the alabaster box. And I kind of smiled when you said your accountability partner. I will have to tell you that, out of all of the wonderful people who are in my upline, I pop on and I look and see what they're doing, but I am coming over here to see what you're doing. Because I come and get ideas, and I know that I can be out of the box. I don't have to do it the normal way. I can put textures with colors. I can mix the metals. But I would have to say that I did get that from Mr. Brandon. So thank you too for sharing your expertise in this business.
All right. So I wanted you to lead into this conversation and just kind of give me the backstory of how did you get to paparazzi and where are you now in your journey? So give me the before, the why, and the now. You can give us the cliff notes because I've heard your story, but you can give us the cliff notes and the parts that you feel comfortable sharing.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. I actually joined paparazzi in the middle of the pandemic. I mean, we were dead in it, but I needed something to do. Paparazzi gives me balance. I am a single mom of 3 children, and one of my children has Down syndrome, and he also was born with a congenital heart defect, and he suffers with Hirschsprung's disease. So I have been that mom who has been 100% momming for the last 12 years. During this past year, I was able to venture out, be able to start working outside of the home. But prior to that, I had learned how to make a living for me and my children inside of the home. I'm a published author, 4 books in, well, three of my own, and then one is an anthology where I'm paired up with 20 other women. Um, I'm a minister, so I've preached, I teach, I've done workshops off my books, but I did not have anything that I would say was fun. Ministry is fulfilling, but it's not always fun. And I needed that balance. And also being active and involved and I have a nonprofit organization where I mentor young ladies and women. I could not have fun in the streets, if you will. So I had to find something that was going to give me that same adrenaline rush, that same fun, that same balance. And when my god sister, who is my immediate upline, my sponsor, the first time she talked to me, she was asking me about another business. I was like, I love makeup, but I'm not loyal to a brand. So, and so then she came back around maybe a year later, and she said Paparazzi. And I will say Paparazzi was not introduced to me the right way the first time I saw Paparazzi several years ago. It didn't look like me. It didn't look like anything that I would wear. But when she started showing some pieces, I was like, that's not Paparazzi. And the very first piece I bought, Brandon, you'll appreciate this, was the Barbara, that big blingy Z. And so I was like, this is not Paparazzi. And so she began to tell me that that's what it was, and this is the Z line. So she shared it with me. And as I started looking at the business, I said, you know what, I can do this. And it's affordable. It's affordable for me to become involved. So I started Paparazzi so that I could have some balance in my life. Because of Paparazzi, I have been able to see that it is so much beyond the $5 jewelry. In my ministry, Just in the Nick of Time Ministries, we have given away, I know, over 100 bling bags to single moms. I have probably, in my first year of Paparazzi, given away as much as I have invested, just because how happy it has made me feel. I want somebody else to be that happy. So you asked about the now. Now I am looking at Paparazzi as my business. So now I shop differently, I invest differently, I show differently. And I'm even looking to implement some things that's going to help it be easier on this side. But I got in it for fun. Now I see that, hey, it can be a profitable business and help my family financially. So I'm making some changes in it in that way. So my why is forever changing, and I love that. I love the that we can keep recreating ourselves. And the other thing I wanted to share with you, when I was growing up, my father was always an entrepreneur. I mean, my dad sold everything from water filters to fiberglass picnic tables. If you did not know those were made, they are. And I remember seeing him trying to do some of everything. But when my father came here to visit me and he saw what I was doing with Paparazzi, he, and Brandon knows this, I'm sharing with your group, he flipped my garage and built me a boutique. So via Paparazzi, I even have a different relationship with my daddy. I was able to see that my dad believed in me, believed in my journey, and was willing to sow and invest in me at 52 years old. When a lot of parents have either gone on to be with the Lord or feeling at 52, you grown, you got your, you go on about it. But my dad came in. So you can't get that just anywhere. So when we say it's way beyond the jewelry, it is way beyond the jewelry. So I'm enjoying this journey. I have fun putting the pieces together. I enjoy watching how my Papa brothers and Papa sisters are doing the business. And one of the things that I'm so grateful for is that I have not run into anybody in this business who feels intimidated or in competition with me. We all just out here having fun and encouraging one another. And believe it or not, when you don't come on my show in a week, my folks looking for you. Yes. So I hope that gives you a little insight into what's going on over here at Rising Time.
It does. And I appreciate that the fact that the Rising Time has definitely embraced me as just a good old fun person in the troll. I make it a point not to say very much. I come in, I speak, hey girl, hey, and or hey, Dr. Anita Allen, or Dr. whatever I'm gonna call you that day, and just to come support and say hi. And the fact that we're able to do that and do it selfishly has always been great. But I love your story. I love the fact that, and people who may not have been able to see you live in person, but people who have met you or seen you on a live before, they see your kids. I love the fact that I don't have that, okay? I have Kiki. But I love the fact that you incorporate, your kids. Your daughter helps out, your son, and y'all know Nick. I love me some Nick. Nick don't know me from a can of worms, but the fact that Nick gets on there, he will send you into a praise break in the middle of her live. Without any problem. Okay, so I thank you, Dr. Anita, for sharing your journey, your before, your why, and your now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my next visitor. I got some few questions I want to ask y'all, and then I'm going to drop Dr. Anita down, and I'm going to then go to the same question for my next guest, okay? So y'all, give it up, because this lady here is the reason why the Alabaster Box even exists. She's the reason you have been mad at me, glad at me, or whatever it is that you are with me when it comes to this thing we call jewelry or accessorizing, okay? And I just could not do this without her being a part of it, because a lot of times I've always looked at her as being the person who just does stuff, but I don't think I even know her full personal story. I know some bits and pieces. So this is going to be very educating to myself, along with you, about her then, her why, and her now. Y'all give it up to my personally sponsored consultant who brought me into this business and brought me along the journey with her to make this magic happen. None other than Miss Shay Brewer.
Woo, let's go, y'all. Hey.
Yes, Miss Shay,
going on?
Mama Shay, which I call her. I'm gonna still call her Mama Shay because that's what I'm kind of used to naming her. But Mama Shay, welcome to the show. So I'm gonna start with you real quick, and I'm going to ask y'all a couple of questions, and then I'm gonna drop Dr. Anita down, and then I'm gonna get into your story. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So I don't know who's coming in with the negative comments, but we don't do that here. So again, if that's what you have a problem, thank you for your comment, but I'm going to let you dismiss yourself from this live. All right. Thank you so much. You have a blessed one now. Okay. We don't play those type of games. I don't do that on your platform. You will not do it on mine. Amen. All right. So moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and start asking a few questions. So to the both of you, and I'll start with Shay first, and I'll let Dr. Anita follow up since she just joined us. Okay. So to Mama Shay, what I wanted to ask you is, now that you've been in this company a total of how many years?
This is going to be my 4th year coming up in March.
Okay, so 4 years. So you're 4 years in. What do you see from the person you are now, 4 years in, to the person you was 4 years ago? That's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one. I've continued to grow. I've continued to hit new heights. So I'm constantly getting excited about where I can go. I kind of felt like I should have been there by now, but other things kind of took me away, but it has never derailed my drive. And so I've grown every year in this business. I continue to make more and more money, and money drives everybody. They tell you to have different streams of income, and I do that with this. I think I've outgrown my own room in here, and it's like wow. But more importantly, I have a husband that supports it. He doesn't say, "Well, you got too much jewelry, you got to stop." He just lets me do what I do, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love what I do. Didn't even like jewelry at first. Let me just say that. I didn't even wear jewelry at all. At all. I would wear the same earrings and that's it. I didn't wear necklaces, nothing. And so for me to come in here and now I won't leave the house without at least earrings on. And when I was in the office, oh man, people were looking at me up and down like, oh my God, that looks nice. That looks nice. Let me have that. I have more. I do have more. You can get it. You can get it. You can learn how to do it, all that. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, hitting the wrong button. Okay, so I'm going to ask the same question to Dr. Anita Allen Penn. Where are you now, and what are you, 3 years in or two?
One.
Oh, you're 1 year in. Why do I think you was before
Wow.
me? See, look, see, to God be the glory. All right. So now, 1 year later in your journey, where do you think you are now? What's changed about you?
Um, I have tried to learn the business and see where I lack. And I'm the type of person that I want to see where do I want to go, where do I want to be, and how do I get there, and how can I get there on my own, just in case I don't have the help and support that I would like to have. So you talk about my kids coming out here. I would love for them to get in here and learn the business. But the reality is they got choir rehearsal, they got church, they got basketball practice, they got drum lessons and homework. And sometimes when I'm out here and able to be selling and showcasing and all of that, they're not able to be here. So now, a year later, I'm saying, you know what can I do? What tools can I implement to make the operational part go a little easier for me, and this operate as a business other than just some fun. Let's have some fun with the business, So I had to be honest with myself and say, okay, I'm slow with these invoices because when I get finished, I'd go and do my 9 and 9 on my other page, and by that time I'm sleepy. So now I'm looking to bring on a inventory system because that's where I need help. So I'm looking at this now from how do I make this business run effectively. We got the fun part. We know it's gonna be some hot items. We know we're gonna be cute. We gotta handle business.
All right. So I got one more question. And the inventory part, I felt you really, really well. Because y'all know a year ago, I completely decided to do that. And I'm nowhere where I was now, where I am now. But I'm just letting y'all know that is a headache in a basket. But once you get past it, baby, you can breathe. We'll talk about that another time. But anyway, let me stay focused because y'all know I can get sidetracked. So here's my question to both of y'all. Hey Claudia, I will let Dr. Anita go first this time, and then Mama Shay, you'll follow up, and then I'm gonna drop you down after that, Dr. Anita, so I can get to Mama Shay's story. So what I want to do is ask you, what is the greatest lesson that you have taken away so far on your journey with Paparazzi? If you have more than one, that's fine. But what is the greatest thing, that one greatest thing that you just, it's something that has altered who, what, your belief, something of that level, if you have something on that level?
I would say my greatest lesson is to remain authentic. Just be you. Um, when I had shared with you privately, I was changing jobs, and that is when I realized I need some help in here, because if I'm not manning this post every day, things are going to get completely haywire. But because I have been honest with my clients, and telling them, hey, you guys, I'm transitioning. You all know I'm single mom, and so I got to get some more, income. I've got to change my my baseline. They understood, and they were supportive, and it didn't matter if they got they box in 2 days or 2 weeks, and I believe that had I not just told the truth, hey y'all, I'm tired, I know I was supposed to get it, I'm gonna put you something extra in there. If I had not been authentic and just saying, hey, this is real life, I think that it could have gone, an entirely different direction. But just be authentically you. They know I like to be extra and over the top. So and they go on along with it. So so just staying true to who you are. And that has been my best lesson, that you don't have to change who you are just because you're operating a business. When you go on and you see how Mama Shay runs her store and how Brandon runs his store, you can get some tips, but you don't have to change who you are. I can't be Brandon. I can't be Mama Shay. I can only be Anita. So be authentically you in your business the same way you are in your life.
Thank you. That's a heavy hitter right there. All right, I'm gonna throw that same question to Mama Shay and Dr. Nina. I'm gonna drop you down. If you'll just hang out, because I might have another question or two for you. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Brandon.
Mama Shay.
Repeat that question so I can make sure I answer this appropriately.
So my question was, what is the biggest takeaway that you have learned through your journey with Paparazzi? If it's one thing or a couple of things that you need to name, what is your biggest takeaway? What can you say? Okay, through this journey, it has really grown me. It has taught me. I have gained. Maybe I have lost. I don't know what that may be for you, but whatever that may be.
Okay. Now for me, my biggest takeaway is me posting daily. It's not necessarily me going live, because I think I do more business posting than I do live. And I think the reason that is because that's how I started my business out. And so, our upline would get on me. I can't believe you haven't gone live. You'll do so much better. I don't do so much better. I do better by posting. And so that is my uniqueness. I call myself the set queen. I can put a set together like no other. I don't need the Fashion Fix to boost me. I think I boost Fashion Fix because I can get down. So and it sells. I mean, you got to be ready. It's like being on an auction, because I may not have that one set, so you better be ready. It's like ready, set, go. So that's my uniqueness, is my ability to put together sets. And believe it or not, I cannot believe that I can put together sets the way I do, having not worn jewelry in the past. So I'm like, where did I get this from? But I love it. I'm not going to change it. I try to go live more, but my biggest thing is me posting. My customers love how I post, and they love the sets that I put together. They don't want to have to come and look and see what goes. I put it together for them. I want all that. Give me all that. Whatever you did, I want all that. And so that's my uniqueness right there.
All right. So I'm going to drop Dr. Anita Allen down now. She'll be right back shortly. And I want to get into Mama Shay, or Shay for y'all, but I keep saying
Excuse
Mama
me,
Shay
y'all.
because that's what I'm used to. I want to get into her story. So just like I did Dr. Anita Allen Penn, I want to know, what was it before you joined? Why did you join? And where are you now in your journey with this business? Where do you see yourself going, I guess, in a sense?
Okay. So I don't know if everybody knows this story, but I actually joined twice. I joined Paparazzi twice. So the first time I joined, well, when I first joined, one of my coworkers, she was like, Shay, you'd be real good at this. You'd be real good at this. And I don't doubt, that I can be good or great at anything because I'm a go-getter. I'm a true hustler, y'all. I'm a true hustler. But at that particular moment, I was so busy with something else that I was doing because I was the band booster president at Hutch, and we were trying to do the Sugar Bowl, and that was a whole beast by itself. And I tried a little bit, but I just did not have the time, and so it just kind of fell by the wayside. And then I told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm always helping other people. I gotta help me. But I think what really gave me that kick in the butt, my son's last year of college, he had exhausted all of his financial aid. I mean, and we were going to have to pay that last year. And that was like 14,000. I mean, he was getting that one little Pell Grant, but we still needed another 14,000. And I was like, man, how are we doing this? And so this was, and I knew early. And so I had time. I still didn't know how I was going to get from A to Z, but I knew I had to do something. I didn't want to exhaust my savings. I wanted to be able to make money and pay for this. And so that was my second why. And because I had that in front of me and I knew he wouldn't be able to get through it without my financial support, I told my husband, I said, okay, let me see what my initial investment is going to be. You get your box when you buy in, of course, and I bought in for the medium size, the medium size box. And so I had a game plan, and I started building my inventory. Didn't know anything about it. Hadn't really looked into the business a whole lot. I just know it's a jewelry business. What I know now is a lot, way more than I knew. I didn't know anything about building a team. But what I said was, if I'm going to make money, let me get my friends and family involved so they can make money too. So I started building a team, not even knowing that was really the thing to do. So including me needing to create some financial stability for me to help my son, I started bringing friends and family in. And I think within 2 months, I had 20 people on my team. 20 people I had 20 people. Didn't know nothing. So then I said, okay, I'm a leader by nature. I am. And I'm gonna pat my own back because I am a leader by nature. And sometimes I'm a little pushy. But I mean, we have fun. We Brandon. We have fun. I just kind of, I want everybody to enjoy it. If I can enjoy it, I want everybody to enjoy it. But I was able to put my son through that last year. Amen. Jesus, thank you very much. Woo. And so now my why is different. I have 2 grandchildren now, and I like doing what I do. I like traveling when I want to travel. I like whatever it is I want to do, I want to be able to do it. And now my why is to get to that other level, that next level, to another financial aura, if you will. So my why was different at first, and now my why is something else. And I'm sure my why is going to change again. Whatever it is, when it changes, I'm ready.
Baby, look, y'all are dropping these nuggets. I'm feeling full because it's re-inspiring me on my why. So I'm gonna bring Dr. Anita Allen Penn back up, and we're gonna talk. Let me put. There we go. All right, we're going to have just a quick little 1 or 2 more questions, and if somebody in the if you're watching and you have a question, drop it quick because I don't want to keep them. I'm going to respect their time. I told them 30 minutes. I'm trying to stick
I'm
to it.
good. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go.
Well, thank y'all. So what I wanted to say is one thing I love, and I want to debunk something real quick, and y'all can chime in, how you feel about it as well. I want to debunk something. A lot of people, when they see a multi-level marketing company that we are a part of, they think scheme, pyramid scheme, and I get this so much, and I don't understand why, and I don't know what's happened in the past when I was young, so I don't know how it was back in the days, but I know that people think, oh, that's a scheme. But here's my thing. If it's such a scheme, why were y'all doing the Cash App thing? Money Tree. All these different things that went around in 2021 that people was doing, sharing money, giving money, and y'all was getting gypped. That was a scheme, but y'all was ready to get rich quick. But when somebody says, hey, here's $99, you can get your kit, get started. In this $99 kit, we're going to give you a planner, XYZ, and you'll have these many pieces of jewelry where you can get not only your return on what you invested, but you can make a profit off of that too. Oh, that's a scheme. I don't want to do that. And not saying everybody's not meant to sell jewelry. So let's get that straight. It's not for everybody or to do it. But when you finally see someone come into a that has a proof plan, because you're gonna make money off of what you sell when you grow your clientele, but you're also gonna be able to make money if you bring people along the journey to make the money with you. We talk about residual income, we talk about financing, but when the opportunity comes, people look at you like you're crazy. Like, oh, it's a scheme, it's a pyramid. How do y'all, I'm gonna pose a question. How do y'all handle that train of thought? Because I'm still new in this journey. As everybody knows, I don't have a team, but I know both of you do. So how do y'all handle that when people approach you with those questions? Because I'm curious to know for myself.
Who first?
Well, I'm gonna answer because I know Mama Shay probably has a whole lot better since she's been in it long. One of the things that I appreciate is that it does not necessarily take a team for you to grow. You can grow. That's one thing that I can appreciate about this business, because you can grow based on what you sell. It's almost like you can go up the pyramid either way. You can go up with what you sell, or you can go up with what your team is bringing to the table, or you go up that way, together. Now, I'm not, like Mama Shay said, she can be pushy. Most people would think that I am because I'm just outspoken and all. But I'm not going to ask people like to do nothing. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. That's just me. And so my team is the same way. I have 2 ladies on my team who just want fashion fix for themselves. Okay? So I don't have to say nothing to them, and here's the thing. They tell me, I'm not going to lie, I'm not selling this. I want this. This is what I want. So, okay, fine. So then I have Jamra who's selling, and so she and I can, we get it. I don't even remember sometimes to ask people, would you like to be on the team? I have to have myself a note written to say it because I'm so focused and have that tunnel vision. I have to get this stuff out. I have to get this product out. And I try to be very careful, even with my verbiage, and say, I'm showcasing this because this jewelry sells itself, and when you wear it, Brandon be out all on the beach with his jewelry on, you don't have to, you just showcase it,
right.
And people will want it. And so I'll spend more time on saying, how can I draw your eye? Let me do something different. Let mine look different. And that's what, and I can grow and reach goals, even if my folks just getting their own jewelry. you know. So I like that. And I will say this. I do carry a certain air about myself to where folks ain't just gonna roll up and say some of everything to me. So if they think that it's multi-level, they keeping it to themselves. And I appreciate that.
Okay. All right, Shay, same question. Thank you, Dr. Anita
So,
Allen.
first of all, Brandon, as far as the pyramid, this company is not a pyramid. And let me tell you why. On a pyramid, you cannot leap over your sponsor. This company, you can.
Yes.
I know many in this business that have jumped far ahead of the person that personally sponsored them, and even the person that personally sponsored them. So in a pyramid, you can't do that. You will never be able to jump ahead of the person that brought you on. And so, but more importantly, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it, period. You know, I ask you and you tell me you think about it, I'm not gonna worry you about it. Because if you want to do it, you're gonna come back to me. I'm not gonna push you that way. But once you join my team, we're running. I mean, I had 4 on my team that reached silver, 3 that reached silver, and I reached gold. And so we push each other. I tell them at least stay active. But when I know they're as driven as I am, then we run it. But as far as the jewelry, it does sell itself. But you have to have an inventory to be able to sell anything. You can't sell something if you don't have it. So you have to build your inventory, and do what you can afford to do until you can do better. And that has been my theory. And I tell anybody and everybody, do what you can do until you can do better. And but you got to put back into your business. You can't get benefits and don't put it back, because then it's not going to do what you need to do. So I'm a business major. You don't have to be a business major or a business mind to know that. There are a lot of people that are very successful that have no business clue, but they make this thing work because it's so easy. I can look at people sometimes and say, "Oh, I think you'd be an amazing, you probably have a really good gift with jewelry. So let's see if we can do, it's just so many different things that I look at when I'm recruiting. And it just depends on the person. But I'm outgoing. So I had never sold a thing in my life. Not ever. And I sell this jewelry just fine. And I'm grateful for this business. I'm grateful for this opportunity that my friend gave me, a former coworker who's now a good friend of mine, which is Lily, Tyronica's mom. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity.
I really quick, and then I'm going to answer. I got 2 questions I want to go back to and address. I don't know how grateful I am. While y'all were talking, this just came across my mind, and I want to get it out because I feel like it's on my spirit. So you talked about investing. Both of y'all said it, but I definitely remember Shay saying it just now. And, it just came across me that you have to invest. Dr. Anita, you're about to love this because I feel the spirit coming from your side, but Shay inspired my thought. But you have to invest to harvest, or you're going to need a life vest. Somebody put it in a book. I'm just saying.
Amen. Amen.
You have to invest to harvest, or you need a life vest, okay? Because a lot of people, they sink because they don't have the drive. And I'm under Shay, so I can tell you, she definitely pushes me, okay? She definitely, keeps me inspired, and she won't let me slump even when I feel down sometimes, because it happens. That's a business thing. You have your ups and your downs, and we feel the ups and downs with the business, okay?
Right.
There's 2 questions real quick. Okay, so the first one, Carlene, you said, where do you get the video? I dropped it in the comments for you. So if you look in the comments regarding the video, you should see them on the page that you were on. I did drop them in the comments on that page. Okay, so that way you can see that video that you were referring to. The other one is This one from Carlene as well. She says, how does a new consultant build confidence to go live, to spread the word about their business and not get discouraged if nobody close to them supports fam and friends? Before y'all say that, let me try them because I know I can touch this one. And then I'll let my experts talk as well because they're my experts today. Okay, so I can tell you this, Carlene, this is out of my comfort zone. Not the talking, this is my personality. But to talk to people about things, Shay will tell you, she's been on me for 2 years now. This is out of my comfort zone. When I officially decided to come, it took me 5 months before I even told you yes. It was a couple of months because you had asked me several times and I was like, I don't know. I was very indecisive. Not because I didn't trust her. I just didn't think I had the skills to do it. When it came to put the question back up so I can make sure I answer. When it comes to spreading the word about your business, look, my supporters come from people that are not my family and not my friends. I have a few family that have bought and a couple of friends that have bought. My supporters are people who came to me through word of mouth of other people who stumbled upon me. Amen. And
Amen.
That's how I've grown. And that's who I'm looking for, the person who wants what I have, not the people. I know that people say go to your family and friends. If they come, they come. They don't, they don't. I don't reach out to them like that. That's my angle. I don't, because to be honest with you, I don't talk to my family like that. That's just me being real honest. I speak to them. I love them. We have our days, but I don't talk to my family like I do my friends or like I do my coworkers or like I do people that I go hang out with. So those are the people I'm going to reach out to more because that's really my base. That's really my village. Okay. And as far as recruiting, look, I'm not a recruiter. I don't. My thing is, this is how I am. This is how I believe. I give you the information. I give you the knowledge. It's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. If I have to go to you and drag you, you're not the person that I would want on my team because that means I'm going to drag you through the whole process. I'm looking for the person who's coming willingly and openly like you're going to the Lord, okay? Now, I'll let one of y'all answer because I don't want to go too far, okay? So I'll let Dr. Anita go first, and then I'll let Shay follow up.
You know, that's a very, and I have to go back and say, remain who you are. Stay authentic to you because somebody is looking for you. And we're on Facebook Live because of COVID. So there were plenty of people, I'm sure Mama Shay included, who were selling this jewelry before Facebook Live even became as popular as it is. And here's the thing. There's a season for everything. As he talked about harvesting, there's a season for everything. If you only know Facebook Live, you're gonna need a life vest at some point because this is for a season. And so don't get consumed with saying, how do I go live? You know, if nobody comes on, start thinking of something else because I go live and it's an entirely different baseline of when I go vending. The people where I've been, they're looking for an entirely different look in product than those that are online. And so, just don't be nervous, just do it, and once you jump in, you're going to learn how to swim. You're going to learn what to do. And you're going to say, oh, I should have done that differently. And then go back and watch yourself. Critique yourself. Nobody else has to say that. And the right people will find you. You don't have to find you. I promise you, you don't have to find the people. There are those who are on here looking for something to do. When I first started, I didn't know who my customer was going to be. I didn't know what they were going to like. And I found myself, because I knew I needed to make an investment, I would purchase vintage pieces from other consultants. And I would show those so I could figure out what my customer liked so that my eye could be prepared when I went to purchase. But I'm not no business major. That was just me saying, you know what? I don't like what everybody has. So let me figure out what they like. Do they like what I like? And so you will figure it out as you go, but just remain who you are and don't chase people. They'll find you.
Thank you, Mama Shay.
All right. So I am different. I have a huge friend base and I have a huge family. And my family and my friends are very supportive of what I do. Everything. I mean, I beat them to death when I was raising money for the band. I promised to God I did. And they came through. I would, but as far as going live, that wasn't me. Can I talk to anyone? Yes. I have the gift of gab. And so I don't have a problem talking. Did I want to go live? No. It took me almost a year before I ever went live. I was posting and I was doing events. So like Dr. Anita said, at some point, we're going to have to get back out there and start back doing events. And as a matter of fact, I have one tomorrow. But start posting. But when you do, if you're starting out fresh, introduce yourself on your Facebook page, whatever platform you're on, introduce yourself. Let the people know I've just started my own business. I'm new to this. I don't have a lot of friends, but I would hope that you would become a friend and follow me. Whatever you have to say to get them to start following you. I'm a very private person. Most people have their pages public. I'm private. I don't want everybody to be my friend. And I had to learn to open it up to the public. But to me, it opens you up for a lot of scams when you go public. So I'm still real leery about that. And so, but what I do, I ask people to invite other people, invite your friends, invite your family. If they don't want to come, they won't. But if they want to come in, they'll ask to be your friend, send you a friend request. So I don't want you to be on my page if you don't want to be. Only come if you want to be. And then when you come with an open mind. And I do a lot of customer appreciations or giveaway. I give giveaways all the time. But I want you to come not just for the giveaway, but I want you to come and participate. I do trivia. I do all kind of crazy stuff, y'all. I tell all kind of crazy, amazing stories. So I'm gonna keep you interested. And some people say, "Girl, you Mr. Carlton, you should have been a comedian." No, I am what I am. But I can play a comedian sometimes. Sometimes.
Okay. Y'all, the nuggets have been rolling in. I'm full because I'm getting from both. And look, I didn't tell y'all, Dr. Anita Allen Penn, her nickname is Dr. Auntie. So we got Mama Shay and Dr. Auntie. See, I got both. See, it was a match made in heaven. I just thought about that I hadn't even announced her by Dr. Auntie, okay? Because that's how she calls herself. So, y'all, there's so much about this business that you can learn. You just heard it from Dr. Auntie. You just heard it from Mama Shay. You just got some of it from me before and a little bit today. Whether you ever thought about becoming a consultant, whether you just love buying the jewelry, whether you want it just for the discount, because I never talk about that. I never speak on that part. Okay.
I have another story.
But of course, y'all know to make money, huh?
I have another story. I gotta tell them.
Oh, go ahead.
I just don't want you to hang up. I just want you to go ahead and finish. I just gotta tell them this part, and it really inspired me.
So there's, to make money, of course, we get it at a discounted price, and then we're able to sell it at the price that we give. Y'all, I'm not here to try to make you a consultant, but I want y'all to grow and learn about the business because there are multiple levels of opportunity to make money, residual income, and do things. And I will definitely post in all of the platforms the average earnings of a paparazzi consultant, just so you can see. But the one thing that I think we all know, the statement that we've all heard out of us three is, if you work it, it will work. Yes, but you got to work it. Everything has to be worked. We go and we'll spend $200 on Jordans. I come with that same, hey, do you want to, I can help you start a business and make some money that's going to go farther than that $200 if you invest. I'm not into that. And that's fine if that's not your thing. But we turn our nose up to the unknown, not realizing sometimes the blessing is in the place that you never knew. I can tell y'all, I have been blessed through this because it has opened me up in many ways I never would. I am The personality was fool you. You'll think I'm a party guy. I'm an introvert. COVID was the best thing that ever happened. I didn't have to see humans. I didn't have to walk out of my house. I can come in here. I can watch my Andy Griffin, my I Love Lucy, my Three's Company, and be happy. And I did. I binged to watch for a whole year, and was as happy as I'll get out, because that's how I really am. But then I got to going on live. My business grew. It tripled. My business tripled during pandemic. I went live more. I grew a clientele. I have people that some of them I met, some I haven't, that I have relationships with like nobody else, because we have joined a community. And that's one thing I can always say is the sense of family, whether it's through the consultants or through your consumer base. The sense of family is so big, because sometimes, y'all, you don't know what people are going through. And I've said this on my previous video. You don't know what people are going through. You could be the reason that they don't hurt themselves that day. You could be the reason that they do get up the next day and push forward. You could be the reason that they make it through because they're in the hospital and they had nothing else to see. I know so many people who were laying in the hospital bed watching somebody's live, and it pushed them. It kept them going. You never know the blessing of what you become to somebody else, whether you're on the consumer side or the consultant side. It doesn't matter. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Open your eyes to more, whether you choose to do this or not, because I'm not going to, again, I don't force, but I want you to be well knowledgeable about what we do and why we do it. Because yeah, there's several people doing it, but guess what? It's 7,000 Sprint stores too. Well, T-Mobile now, but 7,000 T-Mobile stores now too. But guess what? Somebody open another one tomorrow. You're going to see another Williams Chicken if you in Dallas open up tomorrow. You're going to see another Wendy's, Sonic's, McDonald's. How many McDonald's is there? Franchise. They open them up every day. Rebuild them, remodel them every 5 years, and still sell the same cheese and burger that don't know. Anyway, go ahead, Shay.
That part.
You're right.
Go ahead, Shay. What's your story?
You know, my first time going to convention, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know anybody because I had just joined like in March. And so convention was, I think that particular time, it was the last week of July, going into the 1st of July. So it was just me and my husband. I didn't know nobody. And I was like, so I knew my upline. I think she was there. But it was so many people. I didn't, and then you sit down and you talk to people about what they do in their business. And I was like, I came back with so much knowledge. And these are people that I've probably never seen again since I've been in this organization. Mm-hmm. But I came back with so much knowledge as to how, they're from other states that aren't as large as Dallas. Mm-hmm. Small states, small cities, small towns, in wheelchairs, on walkers, with oxygen. And I'm like, can y'all make this thing work? That's their only source of income. But I've seen people do it and do it well. And they don't look like any of us. And I'm like, this is wow. So all I could do is bring that back to my team. Y'all, I'm telling you, I came back with a sense of, I said, yeah, I can do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to be successful. I think my first convention, I think I had already hit LOP bronze after a few months. When I went to that convention, I already had a team of 20. And that was after a few months. And so I came back with a burning sensation in my stomach. Oh, yeah, this is, and let me just tell you about your family and your friends. Everybody's family is not supportive. I just happen to have one that is, but everybody's is not. And you don't get down on that. You just go right on past them, because when you become successful, then then here they come. Then that's not when you don't need them. Then if they're not supporting you to help you get there, they don't have to buy your jewelry every time you sell something, but they can tell somebody you sell it. They can pass out some business cards. Oh, my sister or my cousin. And that's what my family does. My mom, guys, I'm going to say this and I'm going to be through talking. My mom is 87. Now, been in the house with my mom my whole life. I didn't know my mom wore rings on every finger. I didn't pick up that gene. I still don't want rings. But my mom wears rings on every finger. She's got her necklace and her earrings to match. And I'm just like, where was I when all this was going on? But it inspired me even more because when I did my first show, I did it at my house with my family and friends, close friends. And my mom, y'all, she was like in heaven. I want that. I want that. I want that. And I got excited. I was like, you wear this stuff? Y'all, I'm telling you, it was crazy because I never knew. And then I said, I'm going over to her house and see. I want to see, man, mama got hats and jewelry to match. I was like, and she still wants her jewelry today. What you got? You got some new clip-ons? What kind of necklaces you got? And we got to get it. So I'm telling you, everybody still doesn't know about paparazzi. I've met people here recently. I've never heard of that. So don't let people discourage you by saying everybody sells that. No, everybody doesn't. They may have joined, but they might not be still selling. Don't let people discourage you with their negative Nancy mentality. You stay positive. You can't make me negative at all. At all. I'm gonna do what I do, and that's make it work. Thank you, Brandon.
It's enough to go. What I really like is that if they were to see the three of our inventories, we might have 20 pieces of the same thing, maybe.
Right.
We don't, our eye isn't the same. We don't all shop the same. We don't go every day, so when people say to me, well, everybody does that, but come by and check out mine. I guarantee you mine don't look like everybody's.
Yeah, and everybody does not.
I can go on and see stuff, and I'll take screenshots and then zoom in on Brandon's wall looking, literally, because I know there's something there that and now I find myself, if I come on the show, I'm gonna have to get 2 or 3 because somebody's gonna say they want it, that's
right.
So you learn your tricks of the trade. You learn those things along the way. And I have a small family. I have 3 kids. I'm my mother's only child. My mother's the only child. My family is small.
Wow.
But my son draws people. So we get connected in social media, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to purchase from you. So that's why I said be very strategic. I'm going to showcase this jewelry. If you see something you like, let me know what you like. I try to get it to your inventory. And you try to get it to your jewelry box. That's it. And I keep that mindset. So I don't go, and like Mama Shay said, ask them to share. Ask them to invite their friends, and then follow up on the experience. Now, I will say this. Do your homework. I order from people just to see how it's going to come to me. So I will know how to send mine out. My mother always taught me to say thank you. So I put a thank you in mine. Just give the service all the way to the end.
Right.
I learned that working at a funeral home back when I was 17. You give good all the way through. So, and I have had people during this pandemic say, Dr. Auntie, I'll be glad when I see that pink box or that pink envelope come in. And when they said that, guess what? Now I won't go buy other colors because I know that when you see that color, that's some happy meal. You're going to feel good about it. So just those little things. And guess what? When it was time to increase shipping, they ain't even fuss. Because they know that it's coming, the presentation. So the same presentation that you see at the boutique, I try to take a piece of the boutique when I come in. I want to be authentically me. You're not gonna get another one. As my mom used to say, I wouldn't take nothing for you, and I don't want another one like you. All that over the top stuff, but just be authentic to yourself. But all the way through.
Right.
Thank you, Dr. Anita Allen Penn. Y'all, We have dropped some nuggets. Look, we going 30 minutes over because the conversation's authentic. I'm just letting y'all know this is not rehearsed. I gave them a short outline of what I was going to ask, but they didn't know exactly what I was going to ask because I believe letting the spirit move. So, y'all, I want to thank both of my featured guests because I want to, again, get respect. I want to respect everyone's time, but also I got to get ready for my own show.
Yes.
I don't want to